Despite a last-minute effort by the government to stave off the protest, the workers took to the streets for what their unions have termed a protest rally. In the Nigerian commercial city of Lagos, many civil society organizations also joined the protest. It was generally peaceful as the protesters marched through the city waving different placards and chanting songs of solidarity. So this is actually not a strike, it's a protest, some sort of warning, and they're sending a clear message that if the government does not meet their demand, then this will even get worse. The situation was similar in Abuja, the country's capital, but there was a minor incident at the gate of Parliament. The protesters forced the gates open to gain access to the premises so they could meet with lawmakers and present their demands. And among the demands are an increase in minimum wage, rehabilitating the country's refineries, a massive investment in compressed natural gas as a cheaper alternative to petrol.
We have no business refining abroad. We have no business importing PMS. There are over 200 commodities or products that could come out from refining of petroleum products. Nigeria is not benefiting from it. We are subsidizing workers from other countries where refining is taking place.
You cannot ask Nigerians to keep tightening our belts. You cannot ask Nigerians to keep sacrificing. You cannot ask a man who barely have 1 meal a day to now be eating gari for that day. The Nigerian masses have been battered. The Nigerian masses have suffered. The Nigerian masses are passing through excruciating difficulties. But in all of these, we have not heard what the president of the country has said regarding the cost of governance.
The government had announced a raft of measures, including an increment in the national minimum wage, one of the key demands of the unions, to cushion people from the impact of the subsidy removal. But the unions say the measures are not enough and they want more to be done.
Now the government will have to go back to the drawing table so that with Labour and other progressive forces, the government can examine the running of the economy. There's no way Nigeria can recover with the implementation, religious implementation of neoliberal policies.
It's not clear if the unions will continue with the protest, but their leadership is still locked in talks with the government to end the current standoff. If both sides manage to strike a deal, then the country would have avoided a huge economic crisis it can hardly afford during these difficult times. DG Badimosi, CGTN, Lagos, Nigeria.